Namaskar. I am here today in the Big Apple, otherwise known as New York City. We are in downtown Manhattan, and in fact, we are just within viewing distance of that great body that doesn't do anything anymore, called the United Nations. And I am with someone that you perhaps have seen a few times in our shows, at least 179 episodes of Daily Global Insights and a few fireside chats. Sridhar Chityala ji, I'm with him, and I've traveled across the country today to be with Sridhar ji, so that we can share with you something new that we are going to undertake together as partners in PGurus. Sridhar ji, as always, a pleasure to see you in person, sir, for the first time, and it's been a wonderful journey on Daily Global Insights, and who knows where this journey is going to take us. We are really looking forward. Sridhar ji, so to me, you never saw me in person. We've kind of had people who know each other, but we didn't,
connect
personally up until today.
Correct.
And then, but you said about 6 months ago, I think, that look, I'm interested in playing a more active role in PGurus.
Yeah.
And viewers, if you like DGI, it's all Sridhar ji's effort. If there's anything wrong there, it's all my mistakes because I'm still continuously evolving as a person who can ask questions. I'm not the subject matter expert. I just ask the questions, and even there, I don't do justice often enough. So, Sridhar ji, your thoughts on where you think we should be, we are taking PGurus, because I have something in my mind, and I think that's where we connected in terms of like, okay, I share this vision of Sree, that Sree and Sree, right?
Yeah.
There is a confluence right there.
Correct.
That our names are around Sree, and we had an idea of how we want to take this thing forward.
Yeah.
So perhaps you can share with our viewers. I think they are probably on the verge of getting tired of listening to me all the time because I'm a common coefficient in all the different things. I'm hoping that you'll be more common in the shows forward. So I'd like you to tell our viewers where you think our relationship is going and how we are together now steering this ship.
Great. First of all, I think thank you very much, Sree Iyer ji, and I'm very happy and delighted to be part of the family, and very happy and delighted to be part of the journey, albeit joining midstream into the, early midstream into the journey. I think your contributions, as well as offering the platform to a number of people to be the voice of alternative, to be the voice of dissent, and to be the voice of much more data-driven communication around policies and issues that is shaping the globe today. So I think excellent job, and it's not very trivial to build audiences, and it's neither trivial to be the person who is doing soup to nuts. Putting everything up, because people don't see pre-show. I get a chance to see what Sree Iyer ji has to do to make sure that you all get to see something very exciting in the following 30 minutes or following 1 hour, as the case may be. Great job, well done, and very proud to be associated with the platform. To me, I think that one of the most very fascinating things that aligns and brings about is the dharmic approach, and to bring the Sanatana Dharma values through various things that Sree Iyer ji has done with his platform. I think this is a long cherished as well as a huge gap that must be fulfilled. You have two extremes. You have the extreme which can be totally dharmic and spiritual, and you have the other extreme which is totally non-dharmic. I don't want to use the word adharmic, but non-dharmic things, which is put in a different shape. So I think that that's one of the most differentiating features of your approach. Be it music, be it shastras, be it dharma, be it this, you have brought, or be it even agamas, you have brought various personalities and highlighted the virtues. Even brought our Kanishwaran to bring a perspective on the music side, which brings music and Vedas and our scriptures, Vedas and our art into your unified format. I think that's what excites in terms of what you have done. What excites me personally is that, and I think this is where our alignment, considerable alignment comes. It's our varied interest around topics that make a difference for tomorrow. For example, if you talk about crypto, and many a times you will find that we start a topic and we discuss, and there are skeptics who don't believe, and suddenly you find what we discussed becomes a reality. And just to give the crypto as a topic, today officially, yesterday, the government of El Salvador announced that crypto will be an accepted legal tender in El Salvador. Now, one Latin America has started, then it will soon spread to the others. So that's just one example of something which is very new, which is very modern. And I have to say, what also inspired me is one of the articles that published in PGurus from, I'm using this in a very hilarious, from hero to zero. So therefore, is crypto going to be a zero? We said, why not we put a 1 to the left of it, and then more zeros will get added to the right of it, and the value takes off. And we have seen that come to fruition in one of our programs. So I think that's just one example of bringing about a difference and change. What also resonated, and where Sree gets very excited, is many of the matters that affect common people, which is economics, finance, the budgets, the way the government is sets and spends. Everybody listens, nobody cares, but they have to be at least made aware of how the allocation of various pools of capital, they are allocated as a budget, they are allocated as a grant, whether they are allocated as stimulus, whether the money is being spent. So we have, I believe, created a new benchmark in articulating and communicating that specific facet, and everybody appreciates it. So to me, on the dharmic on one side, plus the fine matters of economics, policy, and finance in conjunction with politics makes us quite different in terms of how we present and offer to audiences.
Well, thank you very much, Sridharji. And viewers, you can expect more programs from us where we are going to be able to take things to the next level. And in order for us to do that, we have a small request for you. We've been saying this for a long time, but it becomes all the more important now that in order for us to be able to make this a thriving business, we need to be able to show our guests the value of coming online on PGurus channels. And that is very easily done. All we need to show is subscriber count, number of views, how much time people are viewing our videos. And once we have these things, people get convinced that instead of wasting 1 hour for a 5-minute time slot in CNN, it is worth somebody's time to come for 20 minutes, have their point expressed in its depth, give that the treatment it deserves, and get the point across. That's what PGurus wants to do. And trust us when we say this thing, we are very, very close to getting some really, really high thinking individuals who are subject matter experts, even more than what we already have. I mean, there's always more things that we can learn from people, and that's what we are trying to do.
Yep.
And Sridharji has been a huge help here in helping me discover on what I call as the Atlantic side of the United States, because I'm on the Pacific side, and so the East meets West here, so to speak, and West has flown over to the East to meet, but maybe next time we'll have our meeting on the West Coast. And so Sridharji, it's a great journey thus far, and I look forward to our journey. And again, viewers, simple request, help us increase our subscriber count. Point us where you think that we are slackening off, and we will do our best to try and make it as sharp and useful as possible for you. Like for example, this particular video, you may not be happy with the fact that in a big screen you're just seeing two small faces, but trust me when I say this thing, computers have a way of going wrong when you least expect them to, and this is the result of that. So but at the same time, the point that we are trying to make here is Sridharji and I, we give you our word and commitment that we are going to continue bringing you quality programming, something that you can tune in every day perhaps, because it's always, we are trying to do 3 videos a day. And we may not be able to do it every day, but that is the goal, and we are getting there, and our quality will improve because it is not as much in our studios as in the guests that we bring. You see, it takes 2 hands to clap, and sometimes India has its own set of challenges. So we are doing our best to make sure that our regular guests have as good a technological foundation as possible before they come on our channels. So it's a work in progress, but I'm sure you'll agree with me when I say episode 179 sounded much better than episode 1. With those words, I'm signing off. Sridharji, if you want to say something in the conclusion.
No, I think it's a great gist and great summary that you have presented, Sriji. I think to reaffirm and to reinforce Sree Iyer's views, what PGurus as a platform requires is more people viewing the programs and offering feedback. So to me, I don't use the word subscribers, which matters because I come from a different. We need audiences and views of various programs in a consistent manner, and it would be remiss on my part not to say this. It is self-funded today. The whole channel is self-funded, so we require contributions from audiences to the extent that they can make the contribution based on the value that is offered on a platter via the platform. This is not just, I am sure I have heard indirectly from many of my colleagues and friends, some of our videos get played again and again and again and again because it also acts as a reference material, it also acts as a material to critique, it also acts as a material to produce the counterpoints. But the fact is that it is used extensively in a repeated manner. So as you all responsible and fairly intelligent audiences, you would recognize that can only happen if people believe there's an intrinsic value in what was presented. So help us, help the channel, and help to make sure that this also has a very strong economic foundation to build and grow. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and namaskar. And Sridharji, again, I look forward to a very fruitful, mutually rewarding partnership here.
Yeah.
And it's all, ordained by,
the Almighty.
Almighty. Somehow we feel like, our wavelengths are same, and we are hoping that those of you who probably want to know more about where you are from and what you are here on the earth for, look no further than PGurus. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and have a wonderful day or evening wherever you are.